Welcome to my 3-step class, How to Beat the Bulge this holiday season. I'm Jacqueline Zabatka. I'm the creator of Lady Leader Lifestyle, and I created this free program for my community because last year I did a program called the Little Black Dress Project where we had 98 women trying to maintain or lose weight throughout the holidays. And with that big group of women, I had a lot of common themes, a lot of common struggles that people had, obstacles throughout the holidays that made weight loss really flipping hard. And so before we even get into the holiday season, I wanted to kind of help you guys get a jump start on mentally preparing yourself for the holidays, but also physically preparing yourself for social events, for constant treats being around everywhere and being able to say no. And then just the basic of how to lose weight throughout the holidays with the added stress, the added temptation, the added social events. And today we're going to talk about the social events part. Okay, so I'm going to make this really quick, really easy, really effective for anyone going to social events this holiday season. All right, so let's just get started. I want you to be able to go to these events and not feel stressed, not feel anxious, not feel like you can't go because you're nervous about all the food or the alcohol that's at this event. I want to teach you today how to make smart choices while being able to have a really flipping good time. I want you to have such a good time that if you're someone that is anxious about the food, anxious about the alcohol, that when you get home from this party, you completely don't remember the food or alcohol at the event because you had such a good time mingling with people. And how you do that is preparing yourself mentally with these 3 tips that I am going to give you today, okay? If you know these 3 tips going into any kind of social event, it becomes just common nature for you to do this when you go out. You're not going to think about the food and the drinks and the anxiety of it. You're going to think about having a good time and mingling with people because you already have a system in play for what you're going to do at your next social event. All right, so let's get started. The first one I want to talk about, I don't have a ton of experience with because I'm not much of a drinker, but it's smart drinks. I'm going to be real with you guys. Having a drink when you're going out is very relaxing for people. It's something that people really, really enjoy. And so I want to teach you how to do that smart so that you don't sabotage your goals and you don't feel guilty about it afterwards. Honestly, the reason I don't drink a ton is because I kind of have a hard time making adult decisions when I drink. And so I like to just limit myself to this system when I go out, which I'll teach you this system as we're going through it. Okay, so smart drinks. I have an acronym for them, and I will post this in the email so you guys have an idea. So you just have like a little print out cheat sheet to making smart choices at your next social event. But hard liquors that you can drink that have 0 carbohydrates and are fairly low calorie are, here's my acronym. It's when going to bar vodka. When being whiskey, the T for 2 being tequila, bar is brandy, when going to bar, and then V is vodka. Okay, I'll write it down real quick over here, but again, it's going to be in your cheat sheet. But when going to bar vodka, whiskey, gin, tequila, brandy, vodka. And how do you make smart choices when you're having that to drink, okay? So 0 carbohydrates, roughly around 120 calories. You will want to choose things like salsa water and lemon or lime. You'll want to choose, Diet Coke isn't the best option, but if you're trying to be calorie friendly and not wreck your goals, a Diet Coke would be fine, a Diet Sprite would be fine. And something I've actually used is I will do the salsa water and I will add a little bit of my branched chain amino acids because they are yummy. It'd be something like, if you're not sure of what branched chain amino acids are, you could use maybe a Crystal Light packet and boom, you're done. You have a low calorie drink and enough alcohol to just take the edge off if you are someone that really enjoys drinking, okay? The next thing about smart drinks is, and this one I didn't know much about because I wasn't a big wine drinker, but my ladies, the 98 ladies that were in the group, a huge majority of them were moms that like to drink wine. So I'm learning as being a business owner and a mom that wine isn't always the enemy. You just have to make smart choices when you drink wine. So the wines that you want to focus on if you're going to have a class, I'm talking one people, is dry. Dry wine has anywhere between 3.2 and 5.5 grams of carbohydrates, depending on which one you have. Do not make fun of me for the way I say this because my husband says I don't say it right, but Pinot Grigio, right? Okay, it has 3.2 grams. Chardonnay has 3.7 grams. And I'm going to put this on your cheat sheet, so don't feel like you're having to pause it. Riesling has 5.5 grams, and the other one that isn't wine technically is champagne, a dry champagne. The only thing about champagne that I want you to take note on is, just like the hard liquor, the dry wine and the dry champagne per serving is going to be anywhere between 96 calories and 120 calories. The thing about champagne, if you are someone that enjoys the taste of alcohol, go for it. That's 1.5 grams of carbohydrates and about 96 to 98 calories. Great. Nobody got fat or just went off their rocker from a glass of wine or champagne, okay? Fit it into your macros if you're a macro person. Fit it into your nutrition, as in, you spaced out your meals throughout the day before you went to this event so that you feel okay with having that. But dry champagne has less alcohol than wine, so if you're wanting to maybe feel a little bit more chill, you might want to go with the glass of wine, even though it's just a little bit more carbohydrates and a little bit more calories, all right? So that's it for the smart drinks. Just remember the acronym. Remember dry champagne or dry wine in a serving. Typically, if somebody's going to serve it to you, it's going to be in a glass. Just sip slowly, guys. Sip slowly. The key is to mingle and keep your hands busy so you're not trying to grab for food, M&Ms, peanuts, whatever have you, okay, at the party. And mingle. The other two that I've honestly not had that are zero carbohydrates, if you're wanting to feel a little bit fancy, is a dry martini with an olive or lime or lemon. 0 grams of carbohydrates and fairly low calories. Again, under the 120 calorie range. And then something called a skinny bitch, I guess, has 0 grams of carbohydrates as well. So just keep that in mind, again, on the cheat sheet. The next thing, the next tip that you can use at any social event, any type of situation, anywhere, is water. Whoops. Thought water had another letter apparently. But anyways, is water. So if you've had your glass, start chugging water. Start sipping on water. That will tell your brain often that you are full and you are satisfied and you won't feel that constant urge to want to eat. But not only that, it keeps your hands busy. Keeps your hands busy. A little tip, if you're somebody that might feel, a little bit of the pressure to drink and you're not much of a drinker, just get a glass of Diet Coke in a, what they would serve you in an alcoholic beverage, and have that with a little stick, right? Cute, right? Whatever. Anyways, with an olive on it or a cherry on it. So have your little glass with Diet Coke or salsa water. Tell the bartender, hey, I'm not really wanting to drink. Can you just make me a drink with salsa water in it and an olive or a cherry? And people won't bother you, okay? You'll still feel that vibe of mingling with people, but all you had was salsa water, okay? The third one, which is the main rule, is the 1-1-1 rule. And what I mean by that is you already understand what smart drinks are. You got the acronym, you got the wine, you know the champagne, you already know the water. Now I want you to follow the 1-1-1 rule. This means you can have 1 serving of alcohol from the SMART list. ETOH is just the chemical compound for alcohol. You can have one small dessert, and you can have one small plate of food. Okay, that's quite a bit, but it still keeps your calorie range low, or using this as maybe your indulge meal for the week. But when you go for that one small plate of food, if you want to feel satisfied, the big keys to feeling satisfied is water. And on your plate of food, you're going to want sources that have a lot of fat in them, because fat actually tells the brain, all right, I'm satisfied, I'm good. You also want some protein on there, and then you want veggies on there. So load your plate up on that. You're still mingling, you're having a good time, and you're not wrecking your fitness goals, your nutrition goals, and you're not mind-effing yourself if you're trying to restrict the entire party, right? So I hope you guys found this valuable. If you guys are not a big social event person, so you don't go out very often, but sweets, chocolates, donuts, cake, cookies, that's your issue, and you want to learn how to say no. You want to learn how to put the brakes on that and feel okay about it, not feel deprived about it later. I'm going to talk to you about that in the next video, okay? And I'm going to give you an experience from one of my clients who works around that stuff all the time. 3 days a week, they do different pitch-ins the entire year, let alone going into the holidays. It's like every day bombarded with stuff. And just with a few of these tips, she's been able to limit to not doing it at all, grazing on all those foods, okay? So I want to teach you that so that you guys can be successful in this holiday season and not pack on the pounds, and start your new year feeling confident. Starting this holiday season feeling confident, knowing that you're not going to pack on the pounds, okay? So I am so happy to have you, and I will see you in the next video. Please feel free to share, and please feel free to comment. Simply just reply to this email, and I get it directly with maybe things that you struggle with, things that during the holiday season, maybe questions that you have, or maybe different topics that you want me to talk about, because I can only do what I do based off of your feedback, okay? It's all about you guys. It's all about me being able to shorten the learning curve for you so that you can live a lifestyle that lasts, all right? I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.